Hello, my friend. This is a new video that I'm doing for the University Secard. My name is Danilo Salazar. We're gonna talk about three different cultures. We're gonna be talking about American culture, Colombian culture, and the Sudanese culture. Let's start with the American culture. The American culture encompasses with the traditions of the United States. This includes religion, includes the food and what we wear, how we wear, the language, marriage, music, and a lot of other, a thousand other things that are involved in the American culture. Let's start by saying the United States is the largest country the third largest country in the world with a population about 332 million people in it. A child is born every 9 seconds, and a person dies every 11 seconds. The other thing about American is that it had been shaped by the indigenous Americans who lived in this country before the English came to the United States at that time. Okay, let me talk about the because of this involvement of other countries living in the United States, because the American was colonized by the English, but after that the Spanish and other countries came, immigration people came to the United States. That was about the 1600 where uh, it was colonized. Okay. Another thing that I can tell you about American culture is that is influenced by other countries like the Latin Americans, like the Africans, like the let me see another Asians, etc., etc. There's many different languages that are spoken in the United States. The United States doesn't have a language. Yeah, it doesn't have a language. It doesn't have an official language in the United States. Not official language because there's too many there. The other thing I can tell you about American culture is that they are influenced by fashion, by the media. They influenced by the media, by the movies, by the singers in the fashion. They try to dress as they do, So they are in different parts of the country. They dress differently too. You know, if you live in New York, they see people with sneakers, with blue jeans, with baseball caps. But if you go to the West, you see people with boots and hats and big belts. So they are dressed different. The food are different too because they had influence from different countries. Like if you go to the West, they influenced by the Mexicans, and if you go to the East, they are influenced by Europeans, by Italians, by the Chinese, etc., etc. So the cuisine is very different in every part of the country. The other thing about America is, what can I say? Another thing about America is that they don't talk to each other. Their families gather together in one place. Sometimes we don't even know the neighborhood that is next door because the houses are all separate. They are surrounded by land. Is not like in a Spanish country that the houses are together and you can say hello to your neighbor. But because of work, because of climate, of the weather, uh, it's difficult to see our neighbor. Sometimes on summer we can see our neighbors, but it's rarely. So the American people are very they gather together when something happened, when it's something wrong, when things like that. They gather together when it's a shooting in a school, when a child got lost. The neighborhood got together to try to do something about it. When you get to the neighborhood, when you knew in a neighborhood, and the neighbors around, they bring food to your house, as a welcome to be in the neighborhood. That happened when my father bought a house in New Jersey. Neighbors, around our house, they came. They we didn't we didn't know who they were, but they get there and they brought food, and you let them in and show the house, and etc. etc. They have a lot of tradition. One special tradition that they have, the holiday that they have, is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has been for many years since this country, well, United States was colonized. So they gather together, and what they do is just bring food. Different families bring food to one place, to one house. They put all the food together in a big, huge table, and they gather all together and eat and give thanks to the Lord for the family, for the food, for the prosperity that they have there. So American is a very beautiful country, and is nice. I live I lived there for 25 years, so I know how the country is. The main sport is baseball, basketball, and football. Those are the main sports in the United States. We talk about Colombia culture. Colombian culture, where I live right now, is different from Americans. In Colombian culture, is more as a friendship. It's more as a friendship with family and friends. In Colombia, they have a lot of festivals and fiestas. They have one thing um, that is called the olla party. I want to say it in English, the olla party. The olla party is when all families go to a river, and they make sancocho. It's a traditional food in Colombia. They make sancocho. They gather together in there. They drink, and they swim on the river, and they eat. And the neighbor come and ask you for this, ask you for that. So they get all together. The lifestyle in Colombia is nice. People say that Colombia is one of the happiest country in the world because of all these things. They have. Oh, we do here fiesta for everything. It's an excuse to make a fiesta. It's an excuse to make a festival. The Colombian spirit is very positive. Is a vibe in the life of Colombia. They enjoy life. They enjoy life. Even in the bad times, they enjoy life. So it's good. They have the rumbero spirit. That we can call that the rumbero spirit. Because of the circumstances of Colombia, we're trying to forget the bad things, enjoy our life here in Colombia. The other thing, the other thing that I can talk about Colombia is the classes. Classes are the distinction of class. The society is different. The rich people are in one place. They try not to get together with the poor people. So it's like discriminating classes, like discriminating classes. So we only see, or we only interact with rich people when we are in college or at the workplace or in a reunion, things like that. We cannot do separate, classes. The poor people here, the middle people here, and the rich people here. And even though you see this in the cities they have neighborhoods of rich and neighborhoods of poor and neighborhoods of middle class, etc., etc. So the Colombia, most of Colombia, they is a lower class background. That's what we have over here. One more thing about Colombia is a lot of conflicts in here in the country, a lot of guerrillas in the country too. But we have beautiful beaches, beautiful mountains. It's very diversized country. We have the four climates. You can go skiing in one place on one day. The next day you can go swimming in a beach, and the next day you can stay at home because it's raining, because it's cold. So we have different climates here in Colombia. We gather together. The main religion is the Catholic religion. The main language is the Spanish language. Even though that English is coming along behind, but it's not that special, or it's not that powerful. The 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 Spanish, the English language. Yeah, I think that's what I can say about Colombia culture. Another culture that I can relate to, or that I can say, even though that I don't know the country, I've never been there, but it's Sudan. Sudan is a big country. Around the country is another 7 different countries around it. Surrounded by 7 different countries. It's in North Africa. Other nations in other nations influenced this country for many times. They are being in a civil war for many, many, many years. These people, the Sudan people, are very honorable. They have dignity. They're very modestic and hospitality. They humble to their leaders. The country is split in two, in the south and the north. We're going to talk about the north. The North Sudan. It's a poor country. It's a very poor country. In many places they don't have electricity. In many places they don't have water. They don't have a faucet to open water. They have to go to the rivers, or they have to make a hole in the dirt so they can find water in there. Even to take a bath. The food is different from other countries. This was founded by the Arabs, so their language is Muslim. They speak Arabic, speaking on the basis of being an Arabic speaking Muslim country. Their you know their religion is Arabic. The religion is the Islam in many places. And another thing about this country is that they are villages. They settled down in that country. From the Arabic people. They are very religious, I can say. They very poor country. I don't know what to say about Sudan. Another thing. They like to be together. They have the traditions. They dance around. They humble to the man is the one who says what to do, what not to do. They dress differently. Sometimes they don't even have a dress. Put on. They just have like a garment around them, and the kids walk around with no shirts. With no shirt. They playing on the dirt. They live most of it close to forests or to rivers. Um, they don't have too many industry in that country, but it's a beautiful country. They have beautiful mountains, beautiful rivers, and it's, I would say, there is a little bit danger to go there and to be in that country, to visit that country. It's a little bit danger because of the war that they still have. They still have a war in there. They farm. There are farmers. They farm, to sell the food, but